Hi guys, I don't know if I get a ticket for the illustrations, but this is I Can't Dance by Phil Collins. This is the video. Might get a ticket just for the video. So, he's hitchhiking. Come up in my testimony. This is I Can't Dance. Dirt in his eyes. He's in a desert. The chick stops. Guess what dress she's wearing? Ask the Lord now to tell you. Guess what colour? Yeah. Guess who she stopped for? Yeah. It's a good video. I'm going to link it. Oh, we needn't play it. But, yeah, he can't dance. He can't sing. He says himself he can't sing. I think he can, but... And when I was in the Glory Heart, this is a testimony. The Lord gave me that song. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Now I've got this one. I've got a couple of songs of his. Pied Piper's got a great sense of humour. Phil Collins is great. He's one of the heroes of the Bible. Did you know that? It's the Bible, the living word that's still going. That Bible, you know, the one that's alive now. Yeah, that Bible. So, you know, he's at the beach and he just can't score the chick. But he's mocking them. He knows. He knows. Look at the vanity. He's mocking them. He knows what it's about. And anyway, this is what the Lord said to me. Phil Collins thinks he's too old. And then I went back to Christchurch and I told Marty that Phil Collins is going to get turned up. It's Marty's testimony. I don't even like Phil Collins. Marty basically, he was in his 50s, 57 Ford. And he conceived his boy while Phil Collins is on the radio, and he loved Phil Collins back then. So he called his son Phil after Phil Collins. So it's his testimony. He was interested. He listened, and he saw a miracle, but didn't change a thing. For most of you, these miracles that are on my channel won't change a thing. And the Lord said to me in the Glory Heart that Phil Collins said he thinks he's too old. Then Marty come home and he said, there's a billboard. Phil Collins is coming to Christchurch to play, and he's calling his tour Not Dead Yet. So there you go. We had no money. We were on the bones of our bum until the house was sold, and I said, I'd love to go, but we'd have to have our money for the house come in. Well, the money went into our bank the morning of the concert, and I just got this very expensive seats, the last seats, and Marty and I went. I bought him a ticket. I asked him to take me out to dinner or something, but with his money, but he didn't. But I bought him a ticket. We went. He loved it. He's got a great voice. Now, at the same time, we had two other artists. They're doubled down ones. Elton John, he had a nice suit made for his tour. He's too old. He has his voice is terrible now. He had bugs all over it. I posted it. Bugs. Yeah. And he had the cherubs, just like the altar, above his organ, his rainbow piano. And the other one was, and Phil Collins' concert was cancelled. And the other one that came that year was, trying to remember, I'll film the dogs. The other one that came that year was Black Sabbath. It wasn't that year. It was yeah, it was another tour. Because the year before we went to Black Sabbath because our next door neighbour who was going to be healed from a facial operation. If he had come to Amy's party, he was going to get healed, but he said, oh, it's not for me. He said yes, and then he came and said, it's not for me. I just left it. God would have healed him. He had a pregnant girlfriend. She trapped him. She got pregnant. She trapped him. Yeah. And he had tickets to Black Sabbath, but she was too pregnant to go. So he gave one of his tickets to Marty. So the four of us went in a car down there. Us girls didn't go. And the two boys went to Black Sabbath, which is basically Ozzy Osborne. Ozzy Osborne. Anyway, the other billboard that was up at that time, when my husband come home all excited, you know, Phil Collins coming, guess what his concert's called? Because he knew, he knew that this was the word of the Lord coming to pass, that I'd heard in the glory shed. Not dead yet. He's not dead yet. He's going to surprise us. He is. Now, Ozzy Osborne was in a mask. He had a mask in front of him in his billboard. And Marty saw it. I didn't see it. I saw the billboard, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't have the eyes. God opened his eyes. He said it's Aleister Crowley. The mask is Aleister Crowley. Have a look at it. So that's my testimony of Phil Collins. So I can't dance. There's no bloody excuse. Be obedient. And the criteria is willingness. Willingness. They're going to mock you either way and make a fool of you. They think they do, but they don't. They've never made a fool of anyone who's stood for Jesus. None of them. They're the fools and they know it.